I break down crying if I see sex in a movie. I've been thinking about this recently. Yeah, I just be thinking about sex all the time, specifically with your mother. No, I've been thinking about it recently because I watched a bunch of movies in like quick succession that all had like, one was like a classic 90s rom-com, and then one was Barbarella, which is literally a 1960s, 60s, 70s like smut film. And then I watched Road to El Dorado, and they all had different instances of like, I guess, intimacy or affection in movies of very different eras. And I was like, these all are so different. What is it about these? The hanky-panky. Yeah, all these films had instances of hanky-panky in them. And I'm like, it was more objectifying for sure. Various degrees of smut. And my brain is like trying to understand the way we engage with, because I had this statement when I was talking about, I did like a 1 hour long rant about Sleepless in Seattle. And I was like, why did Sleepless Seattle irk me so much? Like, what was it? And I think I've come to the conclusion, chat, Jetpack, our problem with society is everybody is hot now and nobody is sexy in cinema, like in movies. You know what I mean? Like everybody in Hollywood is hot, but nobody is actually like sexy. You know what I mean? Hard agree. No one has sex appeal. I don't know what I mean. Like, okay, how do I explain this more? Because I haven't properly worked it out, what I'm going for. But it's like, this idea is cooking in the back of my mind. No, you're onto something. Like, no class? No, as in like, movies used to have people in it who were like a little weird, but like exuded like human attractiveness, you know? They don't got the juice. Nowadays, you have like a Wuthering Heights, which has two of the most objectively, quote unquote, attractive looking human individuals that exist. But I have no attraction towards them. You know what I mean? They're hot, but they're not sexy. Like, they don't got the aura. They don't got the it's like, what is it about Sleepless Seattle that hit, even though it was basically the poster child for the Hallmark movie? And the fact is, it's because the main characters feel like real people. So you, as an audience member, engage with their chemistry because it's actually legitimate and appealing to you as a viewer. Isn't that why Sydney Sweeney's popping off? I don't want to offend Madam Sydney Sweeney and her presence in the latest Gundam movie, which I have not yet come to terms with. But I saw this idea recently online, and the concept was the idea of everything needs to appeal to the largest common denominator, and because of that, everything is so sourceless because it has to appeal to everybody. So it has no oomph. Does that make sense? Like everything is so safe because they try to appeal to everybody. And so the va-va-voom is not va-va-vooming. And it's really interesting. And it's like, of course this was inevitable in our current day and age and the way we consume media. But it is fascinating to consider that occurrence. And I think this is why we as gamers are deeply appealed to the indie world of video games, because you've got a bunch of crazy devs doing crazy shit. And I personally like when humans get a little freaky eeky. I'm a big fan of when people fuck around and find out. You know what I mean? Committee! Yeah, it's like a committee. Yeah, okay, Gene Freakmass. What of it? Also, indie side of entertainment, like VTubing. Yeah, because indie stuff isn't designed for mass appeal. Like, if everything appeals to everybody, then it can't walk the line of having that freak nasty. You know? I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know where we're going with this. But this conversation has been lurking in the back of my brain. I've been cooking on it, because I'm like, sometimes I'll watch a piece of media and then I sit there and I go, why did that affect me in that way? And then I keep thinking about that for hours until it drives me insane. I get your vibe though. I don't know if I'm right, but it's been like marinating in my brain, like I don't know, like kimchi, like a pickle. We will develop something that everybody will accept, but nobody will really love. Exactly. Yeah, everything has to be mainstreamified, so you have to polish off all the rough bits, because for it to have mass appeal, it kind of ends up having no genuine appeal. You know, all these actors all these characters, all these plots, all these occurrences are objectively positioned to you to appeal, but when it comes down to it, it's kind of a nothingness. We need the cult classics again. Yeah, I don't know. Once again, I'm not gonna, do I have the answer to this? No. Is this even correct? I'm not sure. But, it's floating around my brain. We need cults again. Yes! Bring back the Kool-Aid. It's standing there, it's wearing fashionable clothes, but it has no face. Yeah! The 21st century of human grappling with the meta reality, slipping away online constant surveillance performance. Yeah, it's a big old, right? It's a big old conversation that seeps into every crack of our existence. And it's kind of passive and ever present. And it pops up in certain discourse, in certain spaces, all over the place, not just online, but in our day-to-day life, with everything that we experience, in a way that we're not currently conscious of at all times, because why should we be? That's exhausting, bro. I got fucking rent to pay. I got groceries to get. I'm not gonna spend every waking hour thinking about how, like, Jacob Elordi and Margot Robbie in that one movie is kind of boring. But isn't it interesting if we consider it for a brief second? The ramifications of an over-sterilized culture? Anyway, we're playing Voices of the Void today.